Yo, welcome back to Chrissy Bowl TV. Thank you. Oh, what's wrong with my throat? Big up to ManDem, walk in the building. Please share, subscribe, and like. I think something wrong with my mic, but is it on? Yeah. Hello. Yeah, it's on. It's been a minute since we did this show. Thank you for coming through. I think something wrong with this mic, but we're going to power through it. Let's do this. You know the deal. Let's do the algorithm first. Let's get the algorithm going. Big up to ManDem. I appreciate you guys. Please share, subscribe, and like. Today, we're going to talk so much about the preview of Liverpool versus Newcastle. We're going to talk about what's going on in the other side of football, which is a whole lot of nonsense. Of course, the Jamie Carragher comment that he made. Arsenal is playing today. A lot of people are playing today. The rest of the league is playing today. I think Thursday there's one more match. That's West Ham versus Brentford or something. Yeah. So let's get into it. How y'all doing? Big up to ManDem in the building. Appreciate you guys joining us. I think my voice is different, or is it because of the echo? I told you guys I was moving, so this office, the echo in here is a little bit different than my usual office, so my old office. So excuse me, I'm sorry if I sound different, but trust me, it's the same person. So further ado, let's talk about Liverpool versus Newcastle today. What are you guys thinking? How are you guys thinking that Ancelotti is going to go? Is he going to attack it? Is he going to go gung-ho like, we are at Anfield? If we are in Anfield, then you have to play to the crowd. And I'm hoping he doesn't do that. We shouldn't play to the occasion. It is a big occasion. Today, basically, beating City, 1 foot is in the door. Today, you win, another hand is in the door. So basically, half of your body is in the door of the championship. So today's game is very crucial, as every single game. But today's game is very crucial. Why? More crucial than City? I'll tell you why. Arsenal is playing Nottingham Forest. There's a high chance that they're going to drop points. Even if they don't drop points, we need to win, right? Because then we keep that 11 game points. I say 11 game. The 11 points ahead of them. So whatever Arsenal does, we need points of 3 points. So today's game is very crucial. As I said, win all our home games, all our home remaining games, we win the championship. That's how crucial it is, right? And we got 7 games left. So out of those 7 games, you win 5, you guaranteed. You win 4, you basically have it. You just have to draw the next 3 away games and then you Gucci. And those next 3 to 4 games is before Arsenal comes to Anfield. So there is a possibility that Arsenal is going to give us the guard of honor by the time we see them at Anfield. Hence the reason why I'm saying today's game is real crucial. Newcastle is a very strong team. We know that. We saw what happened when we played against them. We should not think about how Newcastle played against City and think that we can beat them. We should not rely on the record that we have over them. They haven't beaten us in a long time at Anfield. The best they've done so far is a draw. And that's a pretty long time too. So I'm saying being so crucial is you beat Newcastle today. If Arsenal were happen to drop points, let's say they drop 3 points, that's 14 points, and they have a game in hand. 14 points, the next game they play, which is, let's see who they play next. The next team they play will be Manchester United at Old Trafford. So that tells me that they could also possibly draw more points. Right? They could possibly draw more points. So now you keep that game in hand. You nullify basically that game in hand because it's not guaranteed. Their game in hand is going to be played when we play Newcastle at Wembley in the finals, Carabao Cup final. So today's match, like I said, is very important. You keep that 11 points. If there's a possibility of them dropping points, you keep that 14 to 12 points on them. It's very, very crucial. And if you do that, they give up. As it is already, they're already giving up. We've seen their fan base lose their mind. They have already given up. So we have to be able to keep that foot on their neck, right? We keep our foot on their neck, and they will never, I don't care what they do, they will not catch up. I don't think anybody needs 90 points to win the league this year. I think 86 wins you the league. As it is right now, if Arsenal were to win all their games, they get what? 89. Right? They get 89. They're not going to win all their games. They're going to drop more points. So, like I said, we just need to win our 4 games. Our 7 games at home, and we Gucci. Now, the next 4 games, I believe 2 or 3 of them is at home, including today's. So we just have to focus on that. Big up to Colin. Colin is in the building. MK2 is in the house. How are you guys doing? No slats. No slot pushing for 2 games. Brother, right now we are not playing. We have what? 11 games left times 3. That's 33. 33 plus what? 63 that we have already. That's 96 points that we could get. Why not? Why not get the whole 96 points? Big Adam Abdul Aziz Hag, he's in the building. 3 in a row at home. Okay. That's much better. 3 at home. Win all, and you win the league. I'm telling you, Arsenal is not in the next 3 games for Arsenal, they're gonna draw points. They're not getting 9 points. As he says, we have 64 points. Okay, so we have 64 points, 11 games left, including with today's. That's 33. 33 plus 64 is what? 97. So we could get to, we've been to 97 before and we lost the league. What about it now? We do it again. Right? Let's do it again. That's why today's game is very crucial. We can't go in and thinking that we already won. Let's play like we play City. We don't have to use the same tactics, but the mindset has to be the same. Right? We have to keep that same mindset. MK2 say Arsenal are official limping to the end. Please, let's take off the other leg too. Right? Let's step on the other leg too, so they have to crawl to the end. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, Liverpool, we have not been playing well either. So let's just get the job done. When we get the job done, we can relax a little bit because we have another big fish to fry by the name of Champions League that we have to take care of. And before we take care of that, let's finish this business. That's what I'm saying, right? So it's a very imperative that we stick to the plan. Now back to today's match. Let's focus on today's match real quick. Newcastle, we know what they have. I think the only player they possibly going to be missing is Joe Linton, right? The bruiser. He is a bully. I like the way he plays. He's physical. Personally, I won't mind having a player like that in Liverpool because once in a while, you need somebody to bully people, right? That's why I like Endo so much. Endo bully he's a silent killer. Endo does not bow down to anybody, regardless of his size. You know, he stick his head in, he sacrifices his body for the squad. And look at his character, man. We cannot talk enough about Endo's character. This brother sits on the bench most of the time, but he never complains. When he's asked to do a job, he does it 110%. Whether he does it better than everybody else, we can debate that. But one thing you know, when you put Endo in the match, in the game, he's going to put everything in it. And personally, we need one or two people just like that. It's not based on their skill. It's not based on the levels, or they're not techie, they're not aesthetic or pleasing. But one thing for sure, you know, when you put those people in, they're going to give you 110% at all times. And when you have those type of players, bro, you are fine because they will not let you down. Hence the reason why Endo is such a big factor in the squad. You know, you could see first half of the season, he barely touched the ball. The only time he got a chance to play was Carabao Cup here, you know, and then league games here and there. But then look what Ancelotti is doing. And shout out to the manager, man. Big up to the manager, recognizing that, bro. In the second half of the season, nothing needs to be pretty. We just have to get results. And guess what? Because of that, he brings in Endo when needed, right? Now, I would say a player like Joe Linton, you need players like that in there because that's exactly what they do. That's exactly what they do. We got royalty in the building. We got Belgian Rest TVs in the house. And just like me, he said we are winning the league. Period. That's it. We are winning the league. I'm saying it with my chest. We are winning the league. And in some crazy universe, we don't. I'm stopped watching football and I already started watching Brazilian volleyball just in case, right? Brazilian football volleyball never lets me down. But hey, focus. Let's get back to the task ahead. Big up to Belgian Red TV. Please go subscribe to their channel. And this Friday is the main event. Friday night line. It's not for a week. If you ain't got character, don't show up or even listen. So big up to ManDem. I'm going to make a point to show up towards the last hour, you know, due to work responsibilities, but I will be there. So big up to ManDem. Make sure you go subscribe to their channel. Abdul Ahag says, if we win 9 out of the remaining 11, the title will be mathematically done. We don't need to win 9 out of 11. We need to win 7, and it's a wrap. 7 is what? 21 plus 63, that's 84. You telling me we get 84 points, you're not going to get 2 more points from somewhere? It's a wrap. He said, what tactics will you employ against Newcastle? I will be there. We will answer that real quick. Said it from the beginning, right after preseason. You never walk alone. Brother, some of us been saying it. We even said we're going to win a quad. And I remember you saying it. And some of us have been saying that we're going to win the league. We got a few bumps, a few portals here and there, and we got frustrated. But guess what? We never wavered. We just didn't want to stress. Big up to Loss. He's in the building. Bigger. Truden says, have you seen Salah's latest interview? Sounds like he's going. Man, We will talk about that too. Let me save that. We will talk about that. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We will come back to those contracts. When Arsenal lose to Forest and PSV knocks them out, it'll be a glorious day. Glorious time. You know what I do? I pick up my tea with my pinky up and I go to AFTV. I'm telling you, if you are bored, sad, or somebody upset you, and you're having a bad day, when Arsenal draw points, just like Bajan said, if they lose to Forest or PSV, go to AFTV with your tea or whatever you're drinking and just relax. And I promise you, you start feeling better. Big up to Hollywood is in the house. Big up, brother. Thank you so much for being in the building. He said, Kwesi, you gone Hollywood. I can get text back, not say you just drove. Brother, as I literally just saw your text, right? It was about like two hours ago. That means it was like 4 a.m. on my side. You know what I mean? Big up to you, my brother. I'm sorry I wanted to be there because I got some serious conversation. You saw my message. I think it was my comments in one of your shows. By the way, big up to Cav and Mike. That was a great show, great comment. So man, you see this? These guys have gone Hollywood. I've gone to a smaller office compared to the other one. Man, I'm downsized. He's an end because he's busy making the sauce. My sauces will be there this summer. I promise you my sauces. Don't listen to people talking about Musiala has signed a new contract. Those are fake news. I'm telling you, those are fake news. Bigger, ManDem. I'm so glad I've seen my royalty. I'm telling you, man, my community, man, we got a bunch of kings. You see how Liverpool have about 6 different captains in the squad? That's how my community be, man. I got kings. I got like, you don't understand. People who come and support me are not just anybody, man. Big up to ManDem. But Ants needs to go to court. I'm just saying. Ants needs to go to court. Have you seen the transfer news brothers be making? Huh? When I say it, everybody gets mad at me. But you wait. This summer, the sources are gearing up. People are going to be so... I was on the boat with Uncle Dub, right? J-Dub and Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes. We were on the yacht a couple weeks ago. Transfer plan is crazy. Transfer plans are crazy. I'm telling you. Mark my words. Transfer this summer, it's amazing. Now, back to the football. This is going to be the squad that I believe Anslot is going to use, right? I think there will be some changes. Of course, we know that this brother is injured. They said he's gone for a while. The manager said it would take a few more weeks. So this brother has to step up. And of course, we'll talk about him. I mean, we saw some rumors. Now, this here, I think the manager will go back to... I'm going to make a big assumption here. I think Nunes is starting this game. I'm said it. I think Nunes is going to start this game. The manager wants to keep his mood up, right? I think the manager wants to keep his mood up. Darwin is having some really tough time at Liverpool right now. I personally think this is how it's going to start. If he were to leave like most fans want him to go, we still have to advertise him to the people, right? Advertise him to, or should I say market him to prospective clubs who want to see him. They will not see him if he sits on the bench till the end of the season. And MK2 said, I think Robo will play again. You know what? I agree. I agree to that. I can smoke a bag of that. I agree to that. I think Robo will start. It's not like, because what's the name? Simicast hasn't played enough games recently, and him too is injuries. He hasn't got. He's not literally. He's not in game form, right? He's not in match form. So I think you're right. I agree with that. He said, "Why not Curtis and Sobo again?" Yeah, Sobo. This is the thing. I don't think the manager is going to use the same tactics. That's what I believe. I believe that McAllister, right now, Gravenberg form has dipped a little bit. It's normal. So that middle three, there's a possibility that he will rotate somebody. But you need somebody to come off the bench. We can't just start all our main guys and then not have somebody come off the bench. Because right now, midfield, the way he played on Sunday, the only person who could come off the bench for midfield was Endo. So right now, he needs to have two people coming off the bench, Endo or Jones. It could be Endo, it could be Endo, McAllister, Endo, Gravenberg, Endo, Soboslai. It could be anybody. You need two midfielders, especially the way Newcastle played with midfield. Yes, they don't have Joe Linton, but they have Di Natale and then what's his name? Bruno. They are very, very athletic, very strong, and they will cause a lot of problems. So you can't just use all your midfield against them, because when your midfield get tired, Tonali, yes, if your midfield get tired, you only have Endo who's coming in. We need somebody who has also attacking options going in. Otherwise, it's just the youth, right? Yeah. So he said players can rest against Southampton. I don't want nobody to rest. Until the business is done, nobody's rested. You cannot get people to rest. You cannot get people to rest. And we've seen how our players rest. Every time they rest, they come up a little bit flat. Right? Liverpool, the squad that we have require momentum. Yes, once in a while we need rest. But the players that we have needs to continuously play. When they play all the time, they are March fit and they play well. Sometimes it seems like when we give them a break, when they come back, they get lethargic and they are very, very like flat for me. He said Endo has the strength of two. Bro, you are not lying. That is 1,000%. This brother here has a as City, they will tell you last year what he did to them, right? Ask him. They know. I think Newcastle only lethal in transition, but not against a low block. But here's the thing. We are at Anfield. Do you think Slot is going to play the same way he played at City? Not that I'm saying something is wrong, but I'm just saying we need to win. Against City, they don't know how to pass. Newcastle, they're tricky. They're going to go attack. So, yes, if we play transition like we played against Man City, we could hit them on a counter attack. They don't know how to pass the game very well like City does. They are very direct, and they're going to try to use pace. If they do that, they are in trouble. Right? They are in trouble. But the thing is, we need an outlet. Right? A team coming at you like that, you need an outlet. And I think that's what Nunez is. You can't have Salah keep dropping back like he did against City. That won't help us. Gordon, Trent will be fine with Gordon. I mean, come on. He has Konate right beside him. They'll be fine with Gordon. On the other side, yeah, same thing. So this game is Liverpool not going to play this game. If he does, it won't shock me. It won't shock me because we've seen Anslot do some crazy things, right? Against Chelsea, same thing. We almost played identical as how we played against City. But Newcastle's coming in. And the reason why they want to be direct is because they have this kid named Isak. Stop all balls going to Isak and it's a wrap. Gordon is not going to do much. And Gordon is going to be auditioning. So he's going to come really hard at Trent. Really, really hard at Trent. If they do that, the game is over because all Ibu has to do is just cover for Trent. That will give Gravenberch space to move around. Right? McAllister will have all day controlling it. Bruno, and that means Bruno and Tonali has to also assist in the midfield. So Szoboszlai is going to be running them ragged. And that's where I think is our favorite, because the person who's supposed to cancel out Szoboszlai, he's not playing. He's injured. You see what I mean? The person who's supposed to cancel out Szoboszlai is injured. So that's our favorite. And then you factor crowd that what they're going to be bringing today is going to be crazy. He said Newcastle weakness in their last 15, 20, they get tired. Yeah, they because they attack real fast. They go at you with everything. And if you do the same thing, they will kill you. Ask Arsenal. That's why they keep bullying Arsenal. Every time they play Arsenal try to go with a lot of pace, a lot of energy, and they outrun Arsenal. By the time the game is over, they both gassed out. And usually, because they have the threat of Gordon and especially Isak, Arsenal can cope. Hence the reason why they're beating them what? 2 times? Wait, 4 times, 3 times already. And they still have one more game to play against them, right? At the Emirates. So this is the reason why I'm picking this lineup. This lineup is more for control. It's energy and control at the same time. So Szoboszlai is going to be bringing the energy, right? You got McAllister and Gravenberch who are going to be playing control, managing the midfield. Salah is going to do Salah things, right? Diaz is going to cause problem on the left side. And I'm hoping that Diaz play like he played in the second half against City, because that's when he pushed their line back. Nunes is a threat. Because they're going to be attacking, going so direct, bringing Nunes in is at any time we can, even though I don't like it, at any time we can switch the play, especially Trent can switch the play, and Nunes is going to be in the back of it. What Nunes also brings he also brings some defensive side in the game, right? He tracks back. Now, if you were to start Jota will bring control, because he can touch, he can hold the ball, and he can work very well with Szoboszlai and Diaz. But the thing is, Nunes also works very well with Salah, right? Salah is probably the best person on the team that knows who knows how to time Nunes' run. Like, he's been there 3 years, going on 4. The only person who has figured it out is Salah. When Salah is in the game with him, they know how to work well. Salah knows when to time that pass where he breaks the defensive line. So that's why I'm using it. It's going to be an exciting match, right? But at the same time, Liverpool is going to control the game. We need Liverpool to control the match. Red Armchair's in the building. He said, good lineup. Big up yourself. Thank you. Thank you. It said it can get the job done. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think Nunes still in detention. Jota more likely for me. Well, the manager might say, you know what? I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you something. Go show the crowd. Go show the crowd. Because Nunes is at home. The fans love Nunes. I don't care what people say. Don't listen to people on social media. They hate him. But the people in the fans, they adore him. And he also plays off the environment, right? With the fans chanting his name, Nunes, 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 he goes ballistic, and that's why you need, because when he plays like that, he's a problem. The 2 center backs are going to have problem all day. Now, the only different thing that could happen is if Newcastle decides to change the way they play and become more pragmatic and sit back. If they do, then early in the second half, you bring in Jota in. Right? You bring in Jota in. Now, everybody's looking at, why haven't you started Gakpo? Gakpo, reason why is Gakpo is still nursing an injury. Hence the why the manager only gave him 10 minutes the other time. We need Gakpo for Champions League. So he needs to take his time to come back. I don't want to see Gakpo starting this match, right? Unless maybe we are in trouble, then you bring him in. Gakpo is just a player that we need to get him ready for Champions League, because he is the one, for me, in the Champions League. He is the key. He is the key. Then we can go back to our Diaz being through the middle and then Gakpo on the left, right? But right now, for the rest of the league, I think Jota and Nunes needs to start working themselves up for that. For the league, Gakpo, he's done what he can possibly can. For me, like I said, the league is wrapped up. The league is wrapped up. So all we have to do is just win all our home games and the league is over. Arsenal know that. This was their last stand. They were hoping for us to lose against City, and they were going to beat West Ham. And then they will fight for hell to beat Forest, and they probably thought that we would beat Newcastle. But they were expecting us to drop points in the last 3 games of the season, where their last stand was going to be when they come to Anfield and try to beat us. It didn't go on as well. So right now, they're done. They deflated. We play Southampton after this. So winning this and winning Southampton is basically a wrap, right? So, and then we have Leicester. So our next 5 games is pretty much manageable, and we can win all that. So for me, Gakpo should not, we don't need to rush Gakpo back. If there's any worry right now in the team, I don't even think there's any worries. Yes, Bradley is gone for a little bit, but we got Endo who could play right back. We got Kwanzaa who could also play the right back. We are good. And center back, we got Gravenberg who could play center back. So Endo can play center back. So personally, I think the squad is good where it is. The manager is doing well. He's managing with what he got. You know, people think that we don't have injuries. Gomez, personally, I think Gomez is done. We're not going to see Gomez again. I'll be surprised if we do. Maybe in the last 2 games, because he had an injury in the hamstring. It takes a while. It has to heal up, right? So right now, the manager has to manage the players he has. He cannot rush everybody back. Hence the reason why I'm saying, Gakpo, take your time. He will play tomorrow for sure. I think Gakpo will have maybe 15 or 20 minutes. Even if things are going bad, he will get 15 to 20 minutes just to get him back. You know, we need Gakpo for the Champions League right now. Jota and Nunes needs more game time than Gakpo, because Jota and Nunes needs to get match fit for the Champions League. So this is the best time. This is the matches where they will get a chance to play. Now, like I said, if Newcastle's fighting for dear life, they're trying to get to Champions League. They are in the cups of making it to top 4. So we know if they miss out on Champions League, Isak is leaving. If they make it to Champions League, they're going to spend money and they want to keep him. So it's a very important that we beat them. Yeah, it's very important that we beat them. And it's not just because we want to win the league. It's important for our transfer. You know what I mean? But whatever the case is, I think Isak is coming to Liverpool, personally. Yeah, man. So big up to ManDem. What do you guys think today is going to be? I say it's a dub for Liverpool. It's going to be a dogfight. I think it's going to be an entertaining match. Anfield is going to be rocking. I know for sure Anfield is going to be rocking. Already they're talking about the red mist is going to be back, you know, welcoming in the players into the stadium. I think it's going to be exciting. I wish I could be there. But yes, Anfield is going to be rocking today, because we all know how important it is to welcome the team back. They've been gone for a while, right? We played a lot of away games. So they coming welcome, right? for a while, we had a little bumps here and there, but now the team is coming home. So Anfield is going to welcome them very well. Very, 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 very well. So today's game, personally, I think Liverpool wins. It's not going to be comfortable, but I think Liverpool's going to win. So I don't want to see anything but 3 points. This is a 3 points. I'm not downplaying Newcastle. I'm not disrespecting Newcastle. I'm just saying my team is way too good for not getting the 3 points. We got a big fish to fry, so we have to get that 3 point. There's no other way or other way to not get the 3 points. It's important. At Anfield, Wednesday night, that's basically Champions League night. Anfield under the light tonight. The game starts at what, 8:15? Oh, come on. Yeah, this is a Champions League night. And you know what we do when it's under the lights at Anfield. It's going to be rocket. So big up to ManDem. Please support the team. Hit the like button, people. Please hit the like button. Big up to everybody in the house. Thank you for being here. There was a question that yes, this one. Is it, have you seen Salah's latest interview? Sounds like he's going. I heard a little bit of it. At this point, brother, look at it this way. If Salah wins the Champions League and the league, that's a hero's exit, man. That's a hero's exit. At this point, I'm not worried about who stays or leave anymore. The only person I don't want to have him leave is my captain, right? And this is not to do like I don't like Salah or I don't like Trent or anybody else. The idea is right now, I'm focusing on the goal at hand, right? We need to finish this project. Salah cannot leave the league without one more big trophy, and that is the EPL or the Champions League. Because at this point, the record that this guy has broken, I surpassed Stephen G. People don't want to say it, but I'll say it. And Stevie G is my favorite player of Liverpool, right? Yes, right now it's Alisson and Virgil, but in terms of if you put all those heroes together, usually I go towards where Stevie G is. But right now, you cannot tell me Salah has not surpassed Stevie G. And remember, I'm a performance merchant. And we know Stevie G's performance is legendary, right? But I'm sorry, with what Salah is doing, and he's not performing at the utmost level as Stephen G did. But with the record he's breaking, possibly winning 2 major trophies, I'm sorry, he has surpassed Stephen G. So if he were to bow out, I'm like, brother, thank you for everything you've done for us. We can't begrudge him because he's living at the highest stage of his career. Not too many superstars or world-class players get a chance to do that. Let's even look at Messi. Messi left Barcelona in a very sad times. He left them when they were broke, and he had to leave. Otherwise, he would have literally bankrupted the club. And that's him even taking discounts. Right? Ronaldo left Madrid in his terms, but it wasn't in any good terms. He left it with, some disagreement with Perez. But he left at a pretty high after the Champions League. You know what I mean? Not too many people in the Salah realm of world-class players that leave at a higher, on a higher stage. If he does leave, brother, he done everything for Liverpool. He's put his name on the list of one of the greatest players in the EPL ever. I will not begrudge him. I will not be upset. I won't be upset with anybody, whether it's the owners or Salah. They gave him a contract. He didn't feel like that's what he's worth, and he moved on. But he moved on on his terms. I'm giving you another trophy or 2 major trophies. You should have given me my money. The club could also say, brother, thank you for all 8 years of great service, but we live in, exit out in as a hero. People gonna be upset. A lot of people gonna be sad, but you have to look at it on both ways. In the club way, they don't want to give you everything. Looking at the circumstances around Salah, meaning his age, right? Are you gonna be able to continue playing like this if we give you your money? If you give you the money, that means we have to basically bow to everybody else who's coming in, who's gonna be knocking on the door, right? So both sides have an argument. Both sides have an argument, and at this point, if we were sucking and Salah wasn't playing well, and he's like, "I want more money," you looking at one side and be like, "Bro, give him his money so he can play well," or "Salah, you need to start playing well so we can give you your money." But at this point, they both kind of win. If they decide to agree, Liverpool wins, Salah wins, because guess what? He gets to stay and break more records and makes Liverpool better. If Salah leaves, he left on his own terms. Nobody pushed him out. You see what I mean? Nobody pushed him out. Nobody, he didn't leave because he was playing, his time was up. He just left because that's what he wanted to do. Just like our former manager did. He left on his own terms. He said, "I'm tired, no energy, so I'm leaving." And he left in a pretty high place, because look at the residue of what Jurgen Klopp did. And Slot came in, picked it up, and said, "I'll polish here and there. Let's go." Now look at him. So Salah right now is very tough. I'm glad that he kept his mouth shut. I don't know, maybe because Liverpool has not been playing well, so he doesn't want to talk and bring the contract into the ether. But Salah right now is quiet and just doing his job. And I can't read it. At this point, he was offered the contract. I remember, and I think an Egyptian reporter said that the contract was very disrespectful. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And this is how Liverpool do business. They usually do business and nobody knows what's going on. It's frustrating for some people because they want to know everything. The question is why. Salah is keeping his cards on the chest. Maybe he might change his mind. But at this point, I don't know. Even Virgil, he said everybody's going to be happy, or everybody's going to know here. And it's something like that. He said that he left. Right? When the time came in for Mane, he's like, "I make a decision after the game and the fans are going to be happy." I don't know which fans he was talking about. Was he throwing shades at the fans who were cussing him out because his form dipped? So I don't know. At this point, all three of them, there's also another rumor of Trent rejecting a Liverpool contract. Every day, every day somebody has something to say. Every week there's something to say. So all of them, man, they've been a wonderful servants to the club. It's time for us to move on. If we move on with them, great. If we move on and have to rebuild, it's what it is. He said contract negotiation at the level is like game of chicken. Everybody wants the best deal possible. That's facts. That's facts. You know what I mean? We ain't paying crazy Madrid wages. All parties need to respect that. And that's the point. That is the point, right? We're not going to be overpaying and end up costing us in the future, right? As it is, I'm pretty sure the contract that they offer them is better than what they have right now. That Egyptian reporter, I don't know where he got that from. So, and usually Salah's agent usually be talking a lot of greasy stuff, but he's been very quiet too lately. As well as Salah was talking more than he was. So for me, let's see what happens. At this point, I'm just more focused on winning the league and winning the Champions League. That is my focus. Their contract to me take a back seat. If they love the club so much, they should sign a new contract. If they love the club so much, like they have been saying, they should sign the contract. And if they want to move on the top, at the highest part of your game. You leave when you leave with a trophy. That who can, you know what I mean? Now the question will be, can Liverpool find new players who can cover for those players when they leave? We shall see. At the end of the day, they have to move on. Eventually, they're going to move on. Whether it's this summer or next summer or 2 summers from now, they're going to move on. Liverpool has to rebuild. We will never get another Virgil. We will never get another Salah. We would probably never get another Trent. But we have to rebuild. We're seeing the same thing with City right now, right? I was talking to Pops on Sunday, and I was saying City's going to struggle to try to build that team they had who dominated all these years. Pep is never going to see those type of players again. They are not there anymore. There's only a few of them, and those few of them are happy in big clubs. So, and City can spend that kind of cash the way they brought those players in. So it's very hard for people, to just say, oh yeah, all they have to do is spend money. No, it doesn't work like that. Hence the reason why some people are saying, give them what they want, because you're not going to find another Salah. Right? You're not going to find another Salah. If you're not going to find another Salah, then use the one that you have, give him that money. But then that's a calculated risk. Extreme calculated risk. It's a Trent leaving and VVD Salah staying is a possibility theory of why nobody's announcing whether they have signed. Yeah, that's true. And the question is also goes with Konate. Konate is also sitting in the background saying, I'm waiting to see what happens. Because I think Konate is basing his decision on what Virgil does. If Virgil stays, Konate is staying. Right? If Virgil stays, Konate is staying. And then look at it this way. All the center backs we've been linked with, or defenders that we've been linked with, are all left-sided center backs. You see what I'm saying? It'll come a time where Virgil has to take rest. We can't burn him, play him every single game like we have. The guy plays 60 games a year, man. He averages about 60 games a year. He's 33. Starting next year, his form will not be the same. He's just a genius. The guy is just a genius. So the game looks so simple for him. And he can also play at this level, especially the EPL is wild. So all that has to be factored in. You can't just say, give them what they want, they're going to be better. No. Their form could drop literally right after the season is over. We've seen that happen. Look at KDB, people. Let's look at KDB. Can you imagine KDB wants to renew his contract and he's going through this situation right now? What do you think people will say? Give him what he wants. But look at KDB against Liverpool, man. I was so sad. It looks so sad. The man that is not even the KDB that could not even get a chance to play when he came to Chelsea. This KDB that we saw literally will be playing the bottom part of the league. That's not how I want my players to buy out. I don't want Salah to buy out like how KDB is going to leave right now. That's why it's what is more important for me is for us to win these big trophies. When you win these big trophies, you could get one, like, big up to Zuberi. He said you get a free hit, right? If Liverpool win a major trophy this season, next season we can get a free hit to rebuild the squad. He said Hippias and Karras last season was sad also. Exactly. You know what I mean? So this is the calculated risk where the manager and the front office are looking at. Say, listen, these guys are different, right? They are not like any regular players. But when the time comes for off, man, it will hit us so hard that we're gonna be like, oh, what's going on? We saw with Fabinho, we saw with Anderson. We saw it. I don't want to see Salah like that. I don't want to see Virgil like that. Some of you guys are already talking about Robo right now. So this situation, it needs to be really, really, really be calculated properly. Otherwise, look what happened. So did you know between Darwin and Jota have less shots in between than 61 than Mateta? Well, Mateta's balling right now. Shout out to Honesty, man. He's in the building. Good to see you, brother. Breaking Onslaught will be fined 70 grand and face 2-game touchline ban starting from tonight against Newcastle. Oh, really? Is that how they're doing now? To confronting officials after Everton game. Well, we knew it was coming. So that means this match and Southampton, he will not be there. Yeah, they've been trying to get him. It's a Liverpool are monitoring Ajax, Hato, and have already planned at least 2 or 3 more scouting missions in the Netherlands to Fabricio. Liverpool have already done their due diligence on several summer targets, and long lists will have them drawn up for months. Money is not an issue for the club. We tell people, but they don't believe us. We don't create anything for our strikers. Yes, we don't. That's because our form has dipped. It's a shaking hands equals to confrontation. Okay. Just in, Michael Oliver has reportedly delayed handling over audio recording tied to the PGMO investigation involving Liverpool and Slot. Handing over audio, the audio recording is not his. Yeah, that one don't make sense because the audio recording is already there. I mean, the reporters listen to the referees talk all the time. So when they speak, it's already been recorded to, where it's St. James Park or wherever the referees place is. So it's the PGMOL who has the radio recording because they are the one recorded it. Yeah, the recording is not on the piece that is on the referee's person when they ref it. No. It's digitized. So whatever they say is being recorded somewhere. PGMOL has that recording. So I don't know who came up. Apparently, Robo will stay. Costas will go. Robo needs to stay. Personally, I'll keep Robo because his experience is needed for the next person who comes in. Because Robo is also somebody who doesn't want to sit on the bench. That's why he keeps playing. And he probably won't talk. He doesn't talk. He doesn't go to the manager's office and throw a tantrum, but he does that with his practice. During training, you could tell, Robo plays very well. So he's staying his match. It will be good for us because the next person who comes in is going to see how this guy works. Robo has played at one point, Robo was the best left back in the world. So anybody who's coming for his position will have to play as such. You coming in a young player and you got old Robo out here busting your ass, that would be embarrassing. Robo is a dressing room character. Yep, and he is. He brings good vibes to the squad. Those type of players are much, much needed for the camaraderie of the squad. Every time you guys watch the videos, it's not fake. They really care about each other. He said Andy Robertson is no rush to leave Liverpool and short-term extension is plausible. Yeah, he might sign a 1-year or 2-year contract. And he knows where he is right now. And this is the good thing. The fact that he's doing that tells you that he understands that, why should I go anywhere else? If I have to compete with somebody. You know what I mean? So he's looking at it like, brother, I could sit here, be a second option or third option and win 2 or 3 more trophies before I leave. And I can, teach these youngins what it is to be a Liverpool player. And he's respected. That's the cool thing with Robo. He's respected. So he has a lot to teach. And you bring in somebody like Hato or Kekes, they will need to learn from him. And that's the dude you want him on the squad. So He said finding a buyer for Costa Simica is more likely than moving on Robo this summer. Now, Robo, the thing is, Robo has done everything. He's won everything. He can go to any mid club. He can go to back to, Scotland. Robo is Gucci. He might not want to play in a top club anymore, a top 6 club or a top 10 club, but Robo will find a club. Simicast is more marketable for the rest of Europe, right? So personally, I keep Robo. I keep Robo for experience purposes, for teaching the kids. Yeah, I keep Robo. Big up to ManDem. How you're doing? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yeah. So moving forward, let's talk about other clubs. Let's make fun of other clubs. How did Manchester United drew with Everton and we drew with Everton? That makes no sense. That one frustrated the living hell out of me when we drew 2-2 with Everton. It was real frustration. Manchester United and found a way, and that should have been a penalty, That final, the VAR saved Man United. It was a penalty. They got lucky. So I don't want to hear any Manchester United talking about, Liverpool always gets a penalty kick. Salah dove. This one is diving. You got lucky. Somebody somewhere did not want Manchester United to lose that game. Right? They did not want Manchester United to lose that game. So, and you are still trash. And I'm going to keep saying it again. Your manager is not good enough. Maybe he should have just stayed and come in the summer. And someone like, well, Liverpool was going up. No, we didn't go after him. He was on the list, but we never talked to him. Hence the reason why he took a private jet to go talk to West Ham, and then it backfired in his face. Hence the reason why I'm like, yeah, this guy he's an emotional character. You don't want somebody who works like that. Right? You don't want somebody who just like works off emotions. He took a plane just to trying to be petty because Liverpool didn't want to talk to him. We decided to go talk to Ancelotti instead. He took a private jet just to see if we will react. Bro, bye-bye. And then you make him a manager. He's not prepared. He comes in the middle of the season thinking that his Hollywood style and playing it for the cameras, flicking his hair, and all he has to do is like do this, do that, do this, and then he's going to be fine. The first game he had against Ipswich was a wake-up call. He realized how trash that team was, right? They fired Ten Hag, who won them a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup. And still, this brother here has the worst record than Eric Ten Hag. And it's funny how when you listen to Manchester United fans, they'll be out here squirming, trying to find an excuse. Everything that they speak against other clubs, now they're using it. Oh, well, first thing, it's the Glazers' fault. Well, now it's Ineos. Well, the players' fault. The manager's good. Be like, brother, the manager is supposed to find something that works until he has his personnel. He still hasn't figured it out. And you guys don't have that much money to bring 15 players in this coming window. So 80% of those players right now are still going to be there when he brings 2 or 3 players in. So that doesn't mean your players are going to be great all of a sudden. Or your team is going to be great all of a sudden. This is how these people think. They are so stuck in the past, right? They think that all you have to do is bring a great manager. Back in the day, you bring Mourinho, you bring Klopp, you bring Pep, you bring Ferguson, and then everything turns around. Moyes went to, let me say this. I said Moyes boosting Everton above United is sweet. It's beautiful. I've been telling people for ages that Moyes is a genius. Right now, if you send Moyes to Manchester United, they play better because guess what? He's not going to play fancy football. He's just going to see the players make it work. A lot of time, that's how you have to do it. And guess what? And Slot did the same thing. Liverpool has not been playing well in a couple weeks. We're going to go play City, our rival. What do? He comes up with something that works. That's what great managers do. That's how great managers do. Something that works. Right now, this is what works right now. Let's go figure it out. This brother said, no, I'm going to keep him. And bro, I had an argument. I talked to some great minds. They said, well, he should still keep with his philosophy because at least they know how he wants to play. Brother, keep with your philosophy and let's see how far it goes. Honestly, it's like Gravenberg has started 56 games. We lost 1. That guy is, bro. I mean, that record is unbeatable. We got ex-Everton men, I think, are coaching us today. The irony on that, honestly. The irony on that. This is crazy. The storylines is going to be crazy. The irony on that. He said, can Ettinger shout, push us? It's going to be crazy, man. Everton fans are going to be pissed today. They're going to be pissed. That is hilarious, man. Wow, we got an Everton manager. Oh, should I say former Everton player managing Liverpool. Who would have thought? Huh? Who would have thought of that? But yeah, man, this is what I was saying. You know, Liverpool, right now, we are in a good place. Now, let's talk about this Jamie Carragher foolishness that he was saying. When you listen to it again, it sounds like he's going to make a great point, and then it goes left real fast. And when he goes left, Sturridge and Micah, especially Micah, Micah knows that that's my boy. I do the Champions League thing with him. You know, they do a lot of shows together quite often. And he tried to bring, and he said it very nicely. He said, my brother, you said this is not. He's trying to correct him where if Jamie Carragher was smart enough, he'll be like, oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. I misspoke. But his arrogance, and he thinks like, no. And they tried to keep, they were, if I knew if it was Ian Wright sitting there, Ian Wright would have never gone for that. Ian Wright would have been like, bro, AFCON is a major tournament. Sturridge and Micah were trying to be like, hey, bro, you made a mistake. We're trying to help you out. Hey, bro. And he kept doing it. That's why people are upset. It's not because, you know, and this is the thing that annoyed the hell out of me. The first thing that people, you know, some people said was, oh, the levels of play. You know, how should I say it? The same thing they say about the EPL. Comparing EPL to La Liga, saying that, oh, the skill level, the plays, bro, it's all preference. You like tiki-taka. Some people don't love tiki-taka because it's boring for them. Some people like the excitement of the EPL. That's why EPL is doing well, because football is supposed to be exciting. That's why AFCON 2024, AFCON had the better views than better than Euros, better than Copa America, even better than the Golden Cup, which is the Northern American game tournament. Asian Cup was very exciting too. A Federation Cup, it's always a major trophy. And I hate when these elitists think that, oh, well, they're not playing like us Europeans, so it's not at the level. Copa America last year was boring. That's one of the worst Copa America anybody have seen. The Euro last year was boring until the knockout stage. So don't sit here and tell us that unless you play in a Euro or whatever the European picks as the next one, It's the best tournament. It's only the major ones that you need to look at. Vinicius lost the Ballon d'Or to Rodri because of how he played in the Copa America, how trash Brazil was. Vinicius was subbed. So don't tell us about, oh, it's not a major major tournament. 2 billion people watch the AFCON. When you watch AFCON, it brings everything into it. The football might not be at the level, the skill level is not at the level or whatever some people are used to. But AFCON brings everything that football is supposed to bring to a fan. Hence the reason why people love to watch it. They will say that, oh, the skill level is low, but I watch it anyway. Why? Tell me why. And the disrespect that AFCON keep getting every single time. Yet you still watching it. Yes, they don't have the money as Euros. They don't have the excitement of Brazilian and the Argentinians, the name recognitions of the Copa America. But guess what? All the EPLs, 80% of the EPL Africans are in the AFCON. And you remember that name. Hence the reason why y'all keep saying that Didier is one of the best African. Didier is not top 10 African players of all time. But you guys say it because of what he did in the EPL. You guys said Salah is one of the best African players of all time. But no, he's not until he wins a Ballon d'Or. But you say it because he's in the EPL, right, Jamie Carragher? So the disrespect that the AFCON gets and not recognizing that the reason why the EPL is so exciting is because of the players of AFCON. And if Saka and some of these players were to choose to play for their national country, you will not have a tournament to play in. Jamie Carragher. Right? If Saka and them boys, they know who they are. If Sterling decided to play for Jamaica. Yeah. Huh? Should we go there, Jamie Carragher? He's a off topic. Did you see the Lakers versus Maverick game? Thompson woke up. That's the Thompson that we missed from Golden State. That's the Thompson that we were trying to get. But yeah, that game, he's streaky. He said, let's just change AFCON to 4 years gap. It'll be elite. Nah, we don't need to play like other people does it. The reason why they do it every 2 years is because of the weather. And the also reason why they do every 2 years is also to build that financial brand so that eventually maybe it'll go to every 4 years. Kwesi, have you seen Pedri yesterday and Lamine? Yeah, I'm sorry, but Palma, Saka, Kavita are not on the Lamine level. Same Odegaard, Szoboszlai, Kulu. They can't touch Pedri. No, those guys are ballers. Those guys are ballers. But what happened to Barcelona? They end up drawing. Weather explains. Yeah, the weather, African weather is yeah. During the World Cup in South Africa, it was the winter. It was literally cold, right? So certain places in the summer where you think that's when you need to play football, they have monsoon rain. So the region, it depends on the region they play at. The weather is not, you can't pinpoint what the weather is going to be. That's why they play it in the winter, because usually that's basically African summer during the European winter. So they trying to move it to June. So maybe they will start choosing countries that in June, their weather is just beautiful. And, compared to some people where in the June, July, it's like heavy, heavy, heavy rain. But the thing that I would say this, though, people like Jamie Carragher is the reason why Salah will not win the Ballon d'Or. Now, all the people who say Salah will win the Ballon d'Or, but they won't vote for him, now you know why Salah is not going to win the Ballon d'Or. Because what Jamie Carragher did is exactly why some of these people who vote do that. Right? That's why some of the people who vote, that's how they think. He literally just showed you guys what is behind the curtain, how they think. He literally opened the back door and he forgot to close it. And everybody heard everything that those people who vote thinks. And right now, if Salah were even to win the Champions League, they will find a reason why he should not win. Guess what? And guess who is his competitor is going to be? Virgil van Dijk. If Salah wins the if Salah wins the Champions League, guess who else also wins the Champions League? Virgil. And don't tell me Virgil is not the best player in Liverpool. Virgil is the main player in Liverpool right now. And you know what they would do? They'll be like, well, last time we did Virgil wrong, so let's give it to Virgil. Because you stole it from Virgil and gave it to Messi. Big up to Craig. Craig is in the building. Big up, big up, big up, big up. RTV Football is in the house. What are you saying, though? He said, hey, the problem is if Vinny only wins Champions League and Salah only wins AFCON, the Ballon d'Or will be given to Vinny. The European Unions don't rate the AFCON. No, I agree with that. The thing is, if Jamie has said, hey, a lot of these people don't rate AFCON, right? A lot of people, if he has said that, everybody agree, because the point that he started off, it started making sense, because everybody was like, this is the reason why Salah is not going to win it. But then he went left real fast, and then his boys were trying to say, brother, don't say what you said, because it is an is it a major tournament? And that's all they were trying to tell him. Say whatever you want to say. Say the levels is not as high as European or Copa, but it is still a major tournament. And that's all Micah and Sturridge were trying to tell him. But he didn't want to hear it. And he kept saying, no, it's not a major tournament. That's why everybody is upset. We all know these people don't respect AFCON. Why, you think people are dumb? They know they don't respect AFCON. The thing is, he was daft enough not to listen and say, you know what? Okay, I made a mistake. Yes, it is a major tournament, but people don't rate it. We've seen fans say that. Even Liverpool fans say that, oh, it's not high level like European. Who cares about European? Do you think somebody who loves AFCON cares about what goes in Europe? There's a lot of people who just care more about the African leagues and those type of things than they listen or watch EPL or La Liga or this stuff. At one point, you guys remember La Liga and EPL was not being shown in Africa. Maybe once a week. I remember where Bundesliga we used to see, the only reason why it showed in Ghana was because Tony Yeboah was playing there. But now with ESPN and TNT and beIN and all those other channels, you could see it around the world. Big up. Why every time Liverpool is cooking, outside noise, why can't they just shut? And I'm gonna say that before I leave, right? Question. Everyone say more for Ballon d'Or, but about Vivi. That's what, remember? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I promise you, if Liverpool wins the league and Liverpool win the Champions League, they're going to have Virgil go against Salah. And I promise you, Virgil will win that Ballon d'Or. I'm telling you, this is how it's going to be. We know that Madrid, Vinny hasn't played well this season. What has Vinny done? Mbappe just started getting on form right now where he's starting to do well. Who's the another player in the world football right now you could say that is playing well? It's Salah. But then when you look at the team, Liverpool team, the most consistent player in Liverpool team has been Virgil. He's the captain. We win the league. We win the Champions League. They're not giving best player to Salah. They're giving it to Virgil. Salah might win the football writers thing or whatever, but Ballon d'Or right now is going to be for a Liverpool player. Salah and Virgil is going to go head to head. If there is another player who is there about, they will make sure Salah and Virgil, exactly what they did to Virgil last time, where Virgil had to go against Mane. Sad fact about football: no goals, no glamour. You know what I mean? The thing is, this Ballon d'Or has been a popularity contest for so long now, people don't even know what the criteria is anymore. And personally, I would say this: Stevie G is just not Stevie G. Jamie Carragher is just jealous of Salah. The reason why he's doing that is because he knows if Salah wins the Ballon d'Or, Salah overtakes Stephen G. But let's be honest, I said at the beginning of the show, Stephen G is my favorite player of Liverpool since John Barnes. If I ever put a player's name on my jersey right now, there's only two players. That's Alisson or Stephen G. I never put players' names on my jersey when I buy it. Because I am a player, I'm a team player, I'm a LFC, not a player FC. But the reason why Jamie is jealous is because he knows if Salah wins the Ballon d'Or, he overtakes Stephen G. I mean, Liverpool already had a Ballon d'Or winner, which is Michael Owen, but nobody talks about Michael Owen. But we know for sure Salah has broken enough record where, personally, I think with or without Ballon d'Or, he wins the league this year. Stevie G, I'm sorry. So I don't think that, what he was saying, he knew what he was saying. He probably did not expect it to come like that. Now we know how he thinks. I'm sorry. Jamie has always been jealous. He's been jealous of even VVD. Remember when VVD first came in, he was calling, oh, he's fat, he's overweight. Jamie has always been jealous of the players right now. Hence the reason why Klopp didn't want him around. He is probably one of the only legends that Klopp did not want him around the squad. Yeah, he came around because, former a legend and all. Is he even a legend? Let's be honest. He won trophies, yes. I'm not going to disrespect what he did for Liverpool. Big up to Cedric, man. Good to see you, brethren. Good to see you. Honestly, say, have you seen VVD stay this year #1 in every defensive? That's what I'm saying. VVD is the best player on Liverpool right now. He is the most consistent Liverpool player this whole season. Liverpool wins the league. As soon as Liverpool wins the league, you're going to start hearing more about VVD. The press, that I'm sorry, VVD is my boy, but he's European. The Europeans are going to stick with your man, right? As soon as we win the league, VVD's name come out. Champions League comes in. Oh, VVD, he can win the Ballon d'Or now. There's no Messi, there's no Ronaldo. So he has the straight access to the Ballon d'Or. I promise you, the same thing they did to Vini. Vini thought he was a shoe-in until Rodri showed up. Nobody was expecting Rodri to win the Ballon d'Or. There was no statistics that showed that Rodri should win the Ballon d'Or. No stats on planet Earth showed that Rodri was going to win the Ballon d'Or. He was going to be on the list, maybe the top 11, but not the top 5. So expect the same thing to happen if Liverpool win the league and Liverpool win the Champions League. Armchair said, you have question #1 Baba on the brother. That's what I do. Shoot, what do you think this is? Now, for me, because what Stevie G did for LFC with the team we used, bro, yeah, whatever Stephen G did, Salah is doing that right now. Remember, Stevie G also has some good squad. Yeah, at one point he had the worst, worst team ever, and he still stood up. That's my captain, Stephen G. But right now, Salah is doing something that Stephen G never possibly could do. We have to be honest. Big up, Red for Life, big up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, but honestly, Stevie G is still that dude, man. Stevie G is still that dude. I'm not gonna say pick Salah over Stevie G. I'm just saying at this point, Salah is basically doing what Stevie G did for Liverpool. And yes, Salah has Alisson. Salah has Virgil. Facts. And those two are two of the best players in their position by a country mile for a long time. Not every season, couple seasons, they all fell off. But let's be honest, Alisson's the best goalkeeper in the world. Virgil, best center back in the world. So, you know, I could understand what you're saying there. He said Stevie is one-man army. Salah is one-man strike force. That final versus West Ham, bro, KDB could never and Stevie get subbed in the finals. Stevie get never subbed in the finals. That's facts. You know what I mean? That's facts. But the thing is, I'm very disappointed in Jamie. He does a lot, you know, he has said a lot of things against Liverpool. Personally, I think he's jealous. You know, he got himself wrapped up around the whole the Super League thing to make himself look like a hero. But then when he got that fame, what did he do? He went right back and signed a contract with Sky Sports to work for the Super League if he had that pass. So when Jamie Carragher can speak, 99% of the time, I don't listen. I like it when Konate said he wants to be better than VVD. And that's what I want to see. Right? That's what I want to see. And he's sitting at the front row seat to learn from the great. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Jamie Carragher is full of and what he said is disrespectful. The fact that he hasn't come out to apologize, to realize that, bro, I hurt a lot of people. And he's going around. You got a Manchester United captain to come out and make more sense than you, Jamie Carragher. And instead of you realize that he disrespected you, I read what Rio Ferdinand said. I listened to what he said. He was agreeing with what you said most of the time. But he said the part where he doesn't agree with you was when you said AFCON is not a major trophy. That's when he was saying that he disagreed with you. And the fact that you can sit there and listen to it and say, oh, you know what? You're right. Maybe I shouldn't have said AFCON is not a major trophy. You are doubling down and calling him a clown and say you didn't say that. So basically, you are agreeing with exactly what everybody is disagreeing with you. You're still sticking to your point and say, oh, AFCON is not a major cup. Nobody talking about the levels. The European side of football fans always said everybody is weaker compared to Europe. We know how you guys think. We don't care how you guys think. But the fact is, don't disrespect somebody else's cup. The English media hates it when everybody says the EPL is not good enough because of the levels. La Liga is better. The Bundesliga is better. But yet you turn around and do the same thing to AFCON. And the fact that he still hasn't apologized to tell you what kind of person he is. Right? It tells you exactly what kind of person he is. But thank you for letting us know that people who vote, they think just like you. And yes, Salah should win the Ballon d'Or. And I'm one of the Salah's critics when he doesn't perform well. Whether he scores a goal and he doesn't perform well, I let it be known. But right now, Salah should win the Ballon d'Or. That Ballon d'Or should go back to the continent. Just like Joria brought it there. But what Jamie Carragher said is exactly how most of the people who vote thinks. Even when Salah wins the Ballon, even if Salah wins the Champions League and the league, Virgil is his competitor. And they're going to try to get Virgil to fight off Salah, take points off Salah, or Salah take off Virgil, and somebody from somewhere is going to win. They'll be like, oh, the reason why is because, you know, Virgil and Salah were competing and this person, everybody gave it to this person. The same way they played Virgil, that's how they're going to play Salah. And personally, I have said Virgil has been the most consistent player in Liverpool. Same thing like Rodri was the most consistent player at City last year. And when he won the two major trophies, which is the EPL and Euro, and we saw how Rodri was playing. Embarrassing. On Ibu, why do people keep comparing him to Saliba? He don't work Saliba for 2 years. Gabriel, I agree with you. I agree with you. In my opinion, just my La Liga is more fun to watch because, in my opinion, the refs are not the main topic. In your opinion, hey, I don't. Honestly, if you like La Liga better than EPL, kudos to you. It's what it is. It's your preference. You like it better. That you have the choice to choose what you want. Just because you like pineapple doesn't mean strawberry is bad for you, right? I'm not going to debate you to say why do you like La Liga. It's what you like. Stevie G never let himself drop off that bad in LFC. That's true. He had 1 year where he was having way too many injuries. That slowed him down. I think if it wasn't for those 2 years where he had those long-term injuries, he would have probably played for club because he would have stayed. Yes. No, he would have stayed because those injuries held him back. And he would have still be balling at a high level. Brendan Rodgers would have not be able to try to push him out. The thing is, the injuries was one of the reasons why Brendan Rodgers had a reason to say, you know what, if you stay, you're not going to be able to play every single time. But if he didn't have those long-term injuries, oh, I promise you, Steven G would have been still playing when club, at least first 2 years of club or the 18 months of club. Stevie G would have been there. It's that injuries that really slowed him down. He said, exactly. And when you say that, they will say you hate the Prem. Did I say that? No, LFC fan. No, you don't hate the Prem. You like LFC. You just like La Liga better than the Prem. There's nothing wrong with that. You should like it. That's what you like. That's what you like. Why should people tell you what you should like? You know what I mean? Shoot. He said, didn't Stevie G regret leaving LFC when club came in and Rodgers benched Stevie G? The idea is if Stevie G, he regrets it because he's like, bro, I'm not going to sit on the bench behind anybody. And he's right. He's Stevie G. Why should he sit on the bench? If he has stayed 6 more months, you know what I mean? But it's what it is, man. Sometimes you never know what's ahead. Liverpool were not in good places at the time. And, you know, one thing about Liverpool owners is when the manager shows that they can do something, they tend to go with the manager. So when Rodgers made that decision, they roll with it. Same thing as when Rodgers almost won the league, they gave him everything he wanted, and then he went straight down the hill. Same thing with Klopp. When Klopp became dominant in the league, Edward had to take a back seat to the point where he had to leave. So it's what it is, man. You can't control that. Bring him first for the this parade. Klopp is gonna be there. I promise you, Stephen G is gonna be there. He's not tied to any club, so he can show up. That party is gonna be crazy, and I hope that Jamie Carragher shows up and they kick him out of that area. The fans are listening to you, sir. And when the time comes, don't jump up and down. Yeah, we won. No, we don't want to listen to that. You hated on Liverpool. You've been slide dissing, dry dissing on Liverpool for a long time. We've been hearing you, Jamie Carragher. You're not going to go nowhere. We will bring the receipts. But yeah, this parade is going to be probably bigger than the Champions League parade. I know for sure. We win the league. We didn't get a parade when we won the league. This time we get the league. We win the league this time. I promise you, we're probably going to get 1 million people at Liverpool. Yeah, the Liverpool City Council better start preparing for Liverpool win the league because it's going to be big. He said, you will see them before the parade for sure. I need like an hour club slot convo. No, Klopp already said Klopp is going to be at Wembley for Carabao final. So, question: rivals saying Slot win the Prem will turn Klopp and these guys Klopp less the great squad setup. People, fans are they're fighting for dear life. They're holding on to every single thing that they think will help them to get us from enjoying what is about to happen. That's why they're doing all that. But personally, winning the league and the Champions League affect Shankly? When they say that, just ask him that. I'm sorry. Klopp had his time. He did his job. He did it very well. And he moved on and said, you know what? It's time for somebody else to do it. You know what I mean? So they're just hating. They just fighting for dear life. Like, please give us something to talk about. Let's get your mind off this league. And no, we know Klopp is going to be coming and party. And Slot appreciate Klopp. This is the thing about Liverpool. We appreciate the next person who was there. Right? Slot has nothing bad to say about Klopp. Never has he said or make a stray or anything about Klopp. He said rivals can say it's Klopp. We say who's what. Exactly. And guess what, my new fans? You would have wished that Alex Ferguson did what Klopp did. Personally, I think Alex Ferguson has been the reason why you guys haven't gone anywhere. Hence the reason why Ineos came in and he's the first person they fired. Yeah, same thing with Arsenal fans. Arsenal Wenger did not do anything just like Klopp did. Yeah, don't go anywhere. We know where you hiding. Rival fans having withdrawal symptoms from copium addiction. Klopp led us with a better team than Wenger and Ferguson. Facts. Last thing I learned is Klopp can rebuild his nonsense. Slot loves Klopp. Look at all the great players he assembled for him. Facts. The Kendall is in the building. Big up to Zuberi. He's in the house. He said lava for the Leipzig employee. We are not partying with no German employee. We are English heritage. Why will I know that this guy will put a dump into the party? Just where we were about to party, this brother shows up, pick up the mic and said, no, this party, kick this man out of here. Klopp is coming to the party. I promise you, he's coming to the party. Arsenal Wenger 3 Prem, Salah already got 2 when we win this one. He'll have the same amount of Prem as Wenger. Salah is bigger than Arsenal. Oh, that's hilarious, man. But shout out to Zuberi. Thank you so much for joining in. Yeah, people, I'm saying enjoy yourself. Today is a great match. To me, it's like a European night tonight. Wednesday night, under the lights. The players need us. We need to support them. Yes, we haven't played well in a long time, but we need to push them over the line. They need us to push them over the line. So let's do that. He said, we are here for trophies, not friendship. Hey, that's what we're doing. He is a fan, remember? So are you saying that Stevie G can't come to the party, Zuberi? He was working for other people. Are you telling me Stevie G can't come to the party, Zuberi? I'm just asking for a friend. Slot not only show respect for club squad, he also earned respect for himself by showing his value added. Yeah, exactly. He basically showed up and said, you know what? I'm going to do better with this guy's squad. And that's exactly what he did. He said, Zuberi said, no VIA employee. Damn. The greatest hero of all time. This guy said he can't even show up to the party. Are you telling me that Jamie Carragher can show up to the party? Is that what we're saying now? Here is my question. Does FSG deserve credit for giving the fans to rebuild the team or not? FSG is taking all the credit. They built the team. Uncle J Dub is going to be having his own bus. He's going to be sitting there with with all the FSG people. People better be ready to party. When Darwin leaves, he will leave with a prem, possible 2 Carabao Cups, and maybe a UCL, more trophies than several in 7 years. Darwin might leave with a trophy without. Might win a trophy. Stevie G never won a trophy. Oh, what are we saying, Jamie? What are we saying, Jamie Carragher? FSG is the real MVP. Facts, Zuberi. Facts. They are the one who taking the trophies home. He said Darwin collects trophies. Exactly. 1,000%. That's all it's gonna be. Yeah, FSG is taking the credit, whether you like it or not, whether they spend money or not. You know what I mean? FSG is gonna be taking the credit. So ManDem can hate all they want. Remember, you blame him. If you blame him if things goes bad, then when they win, I don't want to hear, well, we won despite FSG. Yeah. Who was paying for the players? Who was paying their salary? Yes. Big up to ManDem in the building. Thank you so much for coming in. Oh, Endo will have his own bus. Don't sleep. Endo will have his own bus. FSG got the Prem title with and without club. Let that sink in. Let's take a moment of silence and read that again. I'm gonna keep quiet for 10 seconds. Now I'm back. And Zuberi, guess who also have won two EPLs with and without club? Michael Edwards. So that question you asked me years ago, now we know what the answer is. I'll leave it at that. We're gonna have a show, you and I, we're gonna discuss this. You know, once in a while, we like to have that deep conversation. Guess who is having another EPL? The guy comes back and we win the EPL. And he was not even the guy at that, he's the Don Dada now. Remember that question you asked me about Michael Edwards and Klopp? And based on what you just said, guess who is winning another league with and without? I mean, are we ready to have that conversation? We've been telling people for years. But they keep telling us, oh, Nid, oh, that. He said, no less entries on FSG E-Trade. Please stand clear of the closing. The door has been closed already. Zuberi, that one, that's for VIP. VVVIP. That's what they call them, VVVIP. We would take some more supporters, the Liverpool train. That one is still open till April? Because after April, it's closed because we have the Champions League to win. But when it comes to the FSG thing, no, that door is closed. We know all of them. The receipts are there. There's some the receipt. But again, Zuberi, there is another person who is winning the league again with and without club. The man was here when we won the first one. And this year he comes right back in and we win again. I'm just saying, Zuberi, is there a coincidence or is not? I'm just saying, answer that question for them before we get out of here. Slot didn't appoint himself as manager. Tell them, Red Armchair. He said, no Caicedo, no Lava, it's Endo. Facts. If we went and spent crazy money that summer, who says the player will fit the system quickly enough for us to come look at? Hey, like I said, borrowing something from what Zuberi said, aka free hit. Next season, the manager can get a free hit because he has to build a new squad. We're going to lose quite a bit of players. right? So he has to replace them. So I'm just saying, if Salah were to leave, Virgil were to leave, Trent were to leave, the manager has 1 year to fix that problem. And the manager might get a new contract after the end of the season because they gave him 3 years. And Graf, yep. He said Japanese players weren't good enough either. Endo 1 Prim and 2 caps. Yes, sir. So Bosley hasn't gone a season without a trophy since this season. His record won't be broken. Honestly, 2 clubs you mentioned who are broke, bro. They're not ready for that conversation, MK. So they're not ready for that conversation. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, Liverpool is going for the greatness. Let those rival friends cry. They cry. And you know what is funny? They be like, well, because City did not challenge, so the league was weak. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And if people who consider themselves student of the game and who knows football, when they say that, I look at you like, yeah, you are fake. So you telling me for a league to be great, you need one person to dominate like Bayern dominated the Bundesliga for 10 years straight. That's how great the league's supposed to be, when there's only one team dominating all the time. The EPL is the most competitive because now 10 teams can beat anybody. The PSR and the FFP is working very well in the English Premier League. Because guess what? Everybody's competitive. Everybody has money. Isak, Newcastle don't have to sell them. They got money. They don't need anybody's money. 200 million, they don't care. Their owner's worth $1 trillion, gazillion million. I can't even find a currency for that guy. So don't tell me that the league is weak this year because City fell off and Chelsea fell off and Arsenal fell off. No, they fell off because the rest of the league has caught up. Back in the day when they fell off, they can still manage and still get maximum points. Remember when Manchester United was winning? There's a one season that Manchester United won it with 72 points or 76 points. And you could get into Champions League with 55 points. So that's the league that is competitive, right? When one team, even if they fell off, still the rest of the following pack can catch up. But this season where you've seen everybody's competitive, every Bournemouth have a team, Brighton, Brentford, Newcastle, Forest. Oh, but that one is a weak league because all these teams are good because City is trash. So the rest of, bro, that is such an embarrassment. If you hear that from people, you need to stop listening to them when you see them on other shows because it's just an agenda. They feel like, oh, if this person is not good, then everybody else is not good enough. If that's how we rate football, then sorry. Let's say Chelsea fans were protesting. Yes. See, this is a funny thing. Chelsea fans think that Abraham comes in, he can do what he used to do back in the day. Granted, Abraham had good directors around him, so they made some good football decisions. These guys don't. But when it comes to spending money, Abraham is not coming in and start spending money like they think he did the first time. Back then, there was no rules. Now there's rules. He has to follow them. And those rules was geniusly placed so that the bottom part of the pyramid do not waste money. Because what was happening is the EPL was making a lot of money. They will send some in the bottom of the league, and all those teams, it's a trickle-down effect. They were wasting all the money, and every year they kept going for more. That's why some of the teams were like, "No, we need to break and make our own league." Because why is Liverpool making all this money and they have to give a chunk to somebody else, and that person is not taking care of the money and they just wasting it because they know next year they will get more money from the back of somebody else. So now that they have this FFP and the PSR rules, even the bottom teams also now have to spend their money wisely. You can't just the owner comes in and use that, take the money given to them from somebody else They have to prove, what did you do? Where's your commercial assets from? Where is your income coming from? Why did you spend all that money on this player? Now they also have to balance the books compared to before, where people were coming in, buy a club, spend the money, and leave the clubs into ruin. He said, MK said, I believe FSG are ready to blow 300 to 500 million this. Oh, we got money. When we say we got money, we got money. It must be the money. Nobody say everyone else is trash when City win. Exactly, right? Nobody says that. But then when it comes to Liverpool winning, oh well, City had to fall off for Liverpool to win. That's BS. That is BS. In League Ghana option, only City is serious club in the Prem and Real Madrid. Yeah, those are the guys who they I'm not gonna say it. If I say it, I'll be in trouble. But big up to ManDem in the building. Appreciate you guys being here with me. Please support the channel. Please subscribe, share this, like, get the likes up, people. Thank you so much for coming through. Big up to ManDem. I appreciate you guys. Hey.